What's up, my fellow traders? Hope you all having an awesome day. A quick one here on nat gas, gold, silver, crude oils, and I'm going to add USCOCOA today's, starting with natural gas. So we are perfectly pushing down as expected, and our head and shoulder pattern is being playing out. If you have been watching me for the last couple of months, then I have already predicted this pattern right here, and that is nicely pushing down from my rejection zone. If you have not seen my last video, feel free to check my Tuesday video where I've clearly mentioned these patterns with my previous videos. Now we are heading towards the major structure support, and I'm not bothered about 50 EMA at this point. So I'm still looking at the zone below right here, which I've already set yesterday in my video live. Feel free to watch my yesterday's video in case you are brand new on this channel. Check my yesterday's video where I have mentioned support zone, the next support for MCX, for NEMIX, for Ovanda and Capital.com, all of them in my yesterday's video. Keep an eye there. We have broken below the trend line right here, and we are completely bearish for natural gas. Now let's use some discretion here to look for the pullbacks, just talking about Capital.com all the way from here till this trend line. Now in general, I'm talking about technical traders. I'm not talking about my strategy. My strategy is a bit different, but it is something I totally use for my discretion. Example of discretionary trading is crude oil trade, which I just took today, which I'm going to get to very shortly. If I go to IC markets, as you can see, my real account is connected right here for the keyboard warriors. You know, my real account is there. And if I scroll down, and right here, as you can see, this was my trade. As you can see right here, I've gone, the very quick scalp came out exactly at this candle, made some good money with a good lot size, and quickly came out. Something I do for my personal trading. Once you know the rules, once you know the system, you can always implement your rules in the strategy. But everything must be objective. Nothing should be a guess. That was a major support, which I'm going to come to very short while. So again, coming here, talking about this pullback. Now, if there is a pullback, now lots of technical traders, they look at the trend line and they look at the Fibonacci level when there is no support nearby. So if there is a pullback hit of 50% retracement, there is a likely chance of rejection and a fall back down. In that case, that would be very aggressive. Do not take this trade just because I'm saying that. It is something, if you feel comfortable, if you feel that your analysis are going with my analysis, only then you can take your trades. Shouldn't be taken because I've said that. Just my opinion, shouldn't be taken as any sort of trading advice. So I would do that, keep my stop loss above, and for the safe side, I will go 786 retracement, 1 and then 1 to 1 and then 1.618 retracement. That is something I would do if I want to enter aggressively. So that is something I'm also looking at, a possible 50% and then a fall back down. For the students, a shout out, rules are same. If you know the strategy that you learn in the course, we are aligned with the rules, but the only different thing is we have a trend line, not the resistance. So we are using the trend line as a resistance. So that is an aggressive entry. For less aggressive traders, that would be, which is my favorite, just a pullback and engulfer below 50 EMA, and we're going to go short. Now this pullback could be big enough to 20 or 50 EMA, so don't get alarmed. As long as we are below 50 EMA, we are not buying this market. There's a possibility that price is going to go up, retest this trend line, and then quickly fall back down. So whichever way you're comfortable. So mainly we are looking at bearish engulfer for less aggressive entry below 50 EMA, wherever we get that, or 50% with the Fibonacci levels, whichever you feel comfortable. I don't know your trading style. If you're aggressive, not aggressive, that's totally up to you. I've given you all the condition: pullback, bearish engulfer, pullback to 50% sell limit order, or if you want to wait for the price to retest trend line, we are still below 50 EMA. In that case, I will still go short using 180R for the initial targets. So on the way down, we are only selling with pullbacks, and this is the level right here from where I'm buying this market. A very strong level. If you look here daily and if you look here weekly, that is the very strongest level from where we can see a possible and big bounce out of. So keep an eye on the zone below that was mentioned yesterday, from where I want to see engulfers or double bottom to take my entry. So keep an eye. These are the conditions now I'll be looking at. Similar goes with Ovanda. If you want to use the Fibonacci levels, just in case, if you're wondering, you can just draw the zone to the recent break, which is right here. And for the Fibonacci levels, I would do something like this. Simply, that is all I would do. Rest the condition are same like I've just mentioned. Same goes with NEMIX, exactly the same. 50% comes right here. less aggressive entries I've already mentioned, and retest of this trend line has been mentioned. Make sure you watch my full videos. Talking about MCX audience, exactly the same. And everything is same. The support was mentioned in my yesterday's video. Keep an eye on these conditions only, then we're gonna go short. Here on gold, the price just formed a bearish engulfing pattern. Now that is valid on my IC markets platform. And this was mentioned yesterday clearly that we can see a push up and a possible fall or possible bearish condition. So let's see the clip from my last video so that we can connect the dots from there. Go as mentioned yesterday clearly. So we have got a retest, and as you can see, similar as yesterday. So, and let's see if we have a valid. No, we haven't got any valid pullback entry, bearish. So still expect some more pullback and bearish engulfing pattern. That is all I'm looking at. That is what I'll be looking at to sell this market till the zone below. Perfect. So you see how nicely the condition has been forming. And not to forget about silver. We had an amazing move there that was predicted from last couple of weeks, and that happened today, which I want to get to very shortly. So we had this bearish engulf, and I don't like to enter right at the close, which is something I don't do when there is a big momentum candle. We already have a momentum, and if you enter here, your risk to reward ratio will hinder badly. So I would go right at the middle of this candle with the limit order. 1 ATR would be $18, which is 1,800 pips, exactly like this. And I would go something like this, which is 1-to-1. To be on a safe side, we can always go a bit higher above the box, and we can go 1-to-1 like that if you wish to do like that. So that is something I'm also expecting, but I would go with the limit order exactly like this. And that is a valid pullback entry, bearish, and let's see how this goes. I'm only expecting a push down. Once we are broken below this low, again I will look for the pullback and exact condition to go short again till here, from where I will start to look for a bounce with entry conditions. So a good example, a pullback, push up, break below. We have formed this green anchor. Now we had a break below, pull back. If we have push below, then we can form another green anchor or red anchor, and from where we can see another push down, and that is something we can do for the trending trade. So keep an eye. I would enter right here, and again guys, take your trades on your own risk. It is something I teach to my students and use for my personal method. Just my opinion, shouldn't be taken as any sort of trading advice. Now here on silver, what an amazing move we have got. Now talking about my bot has given a buy signal right here, my AI bot, and that hit the take profit as well. Again, that is totally different strategy if you're using my AI bot. I've given my AI bot to someone yesterday. 2 of them already signed up with my broker, and they have already getting benefits from this AI bot. So if you're interested, quickly go to moneymarkets.uk, sign up your account with minimum 1K of one of these brokers, and once you sign up, just let me know, because next weekend I'll be making this live. So if your account is ready, I will send that without a delay. So what to expect from here? We do have this bearish candle right here, and let's see. Yeah, that is a bearish engulfer. Now we have a right shoulder that has been completed. Now all the way from here, I'm expecting a push down. Let's say we are here to the zone below right here. So I'm expecting a push down exactly like this. And here if we have a push down, I will exit my trade. I'll keep my stop loss above the head and take profit something like this towards the first termination zone right here. So let's see how this goes. Gold and silver has now aligned together. Previously, it was not aligned, and I've clearly said that they're not going side by side. So let me show you the clip so that we can connect the dots from there. Silver is intact within this termination zone. Now on silver, we might see a push up and a fall back down. We are still in the process of forming a right shoulder. It is something I've already mentioned to my members in a live session. We have left shoulder, head, and if we have a right shoulder hit of the zone, bearish candle on 4 hour, then we can see another fall down. It's opposite, and I've been telling you guys from last couple of weeks, and it is not going side by side as gold. It is pushing up. I'm expecting a possible head and shoulder pattern and then possible fall back down. So let's see how this goes. There is no conditions yet. I'm not buying, I'm not selling. I'll be only selling gold once we are here with bearish condition like engulfers or pin bars. For now, we are above 50 MA. We might get a possible push up. We have a minor double bottom here. Looking at that, expect a push up from here. Not one of my entry condition, but in general bias, we might see a push up. Once we are here, we can see a push back down. So you see how nicely these conditions have been forming. The gold was bearish, but I was bullish for silver. That is what we call a power of education and experience. And as you can see, all the way from here, double bottom was there. I have not entered there, but I have my eyes right on this termination zone, which we had a push up successfully, and we had a bearish candle. So we'll see how this goes. we might see a push up, liquidity sweep, and then push back down. If you have a push up, if you have not entered, make sure you just to take profit and stop loss like this. So keep an eye. This is something I'm expecting from silver, a fall from here to this termination zone. And again, guys, not any sort of trading advice, just my opinion, and don't take my words on it. Next up, we have crude oil. I've already shown you at the start of the video that I've taken a good and quick scalp out of crude oil because I was in the other trades as well. And I just want to go with my other account, which I use for scalping, and I've had a very nice scalp out of crude oil because I know crude oil can deceive you lots of time, but it works very well with the chart patterns like double bottoms we have right here. And I'm still expecting 180R push out of crude oil, which is $1.5 exactly like this. So once we have a push up, feel free to exit your trades or move your stop loss to break even and let your trade run to this target right here, which I've already set in my yesterday's video. So let's see how this goes. Still expecting a bounce, and from 50 EMA we can see a possible rejection and bearish engulfer, and then we are gonna go short again. So I'm expecting this room for the price to push up and grab the profits out of crude oil. Make sure you trade with a stop loss, and trading without stop loss is as risky as trading without take profit, because sometimes price hit your take profit and then quickly fall. If there is no take profit set, then it will eat all your profit that would have been yours. So keep an eye. I'm still expecting a bounce out of crude oil, and we'll see how this goes. So finally, we have USCOCOA. Now, after the nice winning trade that was shown in previous videos, the price is now in a process of a pullback and retesting this anchor that was recently broken. We are now in a process of a pullback. Now, very simple here. If the price forms next candle as a bearish engulfer, we have a sell signal and I'm going to go short. If one candle close above, that is fine. If the next candle close back below as a bearish engulfer, I will be selling this market and I will go 180R for the targets and keep on selling this market till the price get to the next support, which is 7,650, goes up to 7,883. So that is very simple here. Keep an eye on this condition. I'll be still bearish if there is a condition. If there is no condition and price break above 50 EMA, in that case we have a change of trend. So very important to look for the bearish signs, as we might get right at 50 EMA, which is very likely. No conditions means no entries. Keep an eye on the support zone in case the price starts to push down. So far, an amazing trading week I had, and good winning streak. And because I have a winning streak doesn't mean I'm getting excited. I am prepared for the next losing streak or next possible loss. I'm not excited, same as I'm not depressed when I have a losing streak. So that is it for today's video. Hope you got a value. If yes, hit a like button for me, subscribe if you're new, so that we can all trade together and trade efficiently. Hope you trade green and have an awesome weekend. Take care.